Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Behind the Corner where I give you a sneak peek at what goes on behind Bauer's Game Corner. And today we are continuing the list of my top 100 videos of all time. These are the videos that have the most views. I've been counting down the 100 through 91, and now we're going to do 90 through whatever 81, I guess it would be. So, number 90 we have right here is The Secret Door. This is one of the best children's games that you have never heard of. It is absolutely spectacular. Pause for a moment. If you have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, or a 5-year-old in your house, get on Amazon. Hopefully this has a link. Click on the link down there. Buy this game for your kid. Then like this video when you get it, because this game is spectacular. It's a really cool game. It's got cool components. It's got like a memory game. It's a really interesting game where you're trying to find matches, and it's got like this secreted theme. And the new version of the game is like 3D, and I'm doing a terrible description of it, but check it out. It's spectacular. So I'm glad to see this one up here, because that game needs more love. Moving on to number 89, and my so favorite Jamie Stegmaier, who you're going to see quite a few times on this list, because, you know, for a while I was a go-to for a lot of his Kickstarter content, until one day I accidentally broke a review embargo, and then the relationship kind of, it didn't, like, it wasn't anything bad. It was just like, okay, so this guy, he has a strike against him now, and I completely understand that, but it's like, dang, that stinks. But anywho, this was the interview about Charterstone. We were in a very boring room at a hotel next door. But yeah, Charterstone ended up being a very solid legacy game. So next we have STAX review with 4,035, and you'll notice it has a nice thing on it, because this is one of those games that I see myself making money for a very long time. I don't see this game going away at any point. They're just going to keep producing more and more and more, because it's not much of a game. It's really just a cat puzzle book. And as you can see, this bad boy made me 38 cents last month. What? 38 cents. But here's the thing, like, that's my long con with Bauer's Game Corner, is to be able to retire 5 to 10 years earlier. Let's support the Patreon down below, which would be amazing. But to be able to retire a little bit earlier by having so many of these videos like STAX and Sorry Sliders that are going to consistently get me like a quarter every now and then, that if I get enough of those videos, then they're going to start adding up, right? Like, that's my line of thinking here. But STAX, this is actually my friend Eric's kid's game that he got at a birthday party. And I was like, do you like it? And he was like, yeah. He played it, and then he let me borrow it. So, yeah. Next, we have review number 797. I love how that sounds. Fallen Land, a post-apocalyptic board game review. And I got to say, if you like Twilight Imperium, if you like thematic, very meaty, epic, lengthy experiences, games that each and every time are going to feel slightly different, so you need to check out Fallen Land, a post-apocalyptic board game. It is fantastic. This is really a video that I need to get upgraded and updated. It's like STAX. You see it has like the fancy stuff on the outside. I need to go and do this to this video, because this is one of those games that is only going to gain in popularity. I do legitimately believe this. I believe they're eventually going to come out with Fallen Land, probably version 2. Some publisher is going to be smart. They're going to say, hey, we want to take your baby. We want to deluxify it, glorify it, whatever. And I see this being a video that gets me a lot of views over the long term. Definitely check that game out. So, that's number 90, 89, 87. Wait, numbers are hard. Now, we're on to 86. 89, 88, 87? Yeah, 86. So, the CATAN dice game solo, and this is one of the markets that I really wish I would dabble into more, because I feel like I bring kind of a unique... I kind of try and get loose and fun when I do my playthroughs. Now, this one might not be as loose and fun, because I've tried to do it a little bit more as I've gotten older. But the solo playthroughs actually get really good views, because people want to learn how to play the game. And it teaches them how to play the game. And it's just one of those markets that if you don't think about it, you don't think about it. But it's something that I think as I get older, and my kids get older and they get more activities and less time to play with me, I'm going to lean more into solo gameplays, because I do really enjoy playing solo games. So 4,000 views on that. Nice. Next we have Coup Rebellion G54 review. This was a really interesting Coup Plus game that came out, and I liked it. Pretty much it was like Crew on steroids, where instead of you having like the 8, 7 roles or whatever it is, you could intermix in new roles every single time. And I will say, I feel like if you have a group that loves Coup, this is a game you should give a shot at. Because the more you play Coup G54, the more you start to understand the different characters and the nuances, and it's a really solid game. I do recommend it if you like Coup. So 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84. Ooh, one of my early reviews, D-Day Dice Review. So this was a really fun little dice game. I think it was solo or 2 players. Somebody needs to go back and reprint this game. It's a really stinking fun game. And this was when I was sponsored by a company that sent me bags of games in the mail. Like, let me see, when can I look at it? What was the name of the company? I don't remember. But they used to have this business model where they would send bags of games in the mail to you, and you would... Oh, there's... BoardGameExchange.com. Yeah, hey, there's little Sean. Oh, he's so little. But there's BoardGameExchange.com.
Also, check out BoardGameExchange.com.
And yeah, so they had that service. I don't think they're around anymore, but they sponsored me for a while. It wasn't a very great sponsorship. I put their logo on me, and they still made me pay the monthly fee. So pretty much, I just advertised for them. I was not a savvy businessman. I still am not, though. So that brings us down to 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83. 83. Did I skip? I skipped something. No, 83. Aeon's End, the Outer Dark review. And this is what I talked about. I think I talked about it last time with expansions. This is kind of interesting, a little behind the scenes thing. When you first release an expansion for a game, those first expansions are going to get a lot of attention. They're going to get a lot of content. People are going to be really interested in the game. However, as you release more and more and more and more expansions, those expansions get less attention, which as a reviewer means that if I put more attention on those things getting less attention, I'm going to get more views. And here we have Aeon's End, the Outer Dark Edge, a perfect example. This is a video that doesn't have any tags. It doesn't have anything fancy. It doesn't even have a nice looking picture of the box. I guess it kind of does. But this is one where if I put tags on it, Aeon's End is not going to get less popular anytime. I really need to tag this up and get myself some views so I can get those 23 cents a month, right? Because that's what it's all about. All right. So next we have Bauer's Game Corner, number 156, regular show Flux review. This is one that I'll be honest with you, I thought it was going to get me more hits. And because I put tags on this one, if I recall correctly, I put tags on it late. But because this game is just one of those games that as long as regular show is around, they're going to keep making content. People are still going to be engaged with the game. And so you'll see why later on in the list I've had a lot of success with some of these mass market shows and the games related to them. So I was a little bit surprised and somewhat disappointed, even though I don't really get too disappointed by most of my videos, that this one didn't catch on a little bit more. But last one on this list, number, what would that be, 81, we have Gen Con Bonanza 2018 Dad Joke Face-Off Interview. Now, this one has a very interesting story because if I recall correctly, it did not start off as a very popular video. But then someone, I think it was like a late night show or a YouTube channel, used this game, or this is based off that YouTube or something like that. Where is it? Let's see. It is views. Yep. So here we go. Go lifetime. And so, yeah, like not much spike. Actually, you know what? It has a really weird spike here because normally my spikes are in December, November, because that's when people are Christmas shopping. And so they want to know about the games. They just bought the game. But these ones are actually in January, which is a really interesting time for them to spike both times this year. And now I don't know, and you know some of the things that are super annoying about being a YouTube creator, not knowing why something gets popular. Because if I could know why something gets popular at a specific time, I could help it succeed at getting popular. So whatever is happening in January every freaking year, I need to try and capitalize on that. I need to be tagging that. You know what? I should be writing down a list myself. I'm going to go back and rewatch this video so I'll get some ideas for myself. But there you go. That's my number 81. The Dad Joke Face-Off interview. Just a random Gen Con interview. with a guy from the company, and yeah. But here it is, sitting at my number 81, because every time you do an interview, it's like scratching off a lottery ticket. But there you go. That is my number 90 through 81 top videos of all time. If you enjoyed it, please consider sharing it, because if you like it, hey, other people might like it too. You never know. But as always, thanks for the time.